I only buy the finest TV, sister. See, BOPF.
BOPF is indicated on the pack.
Sister, the art of tea.
Syrian activists have accused President Bashar al-Assad's forces of launching a nerve gas attack on rebel-held districts near Damascus early this morning that they say killed more than 200 people.
While in the north and northeast of the country, most Syrian refugees are flooding the border into Iraq in unprecedented numbers, causing a humanitarian crisis.
At a field hospital in Sakba, just east of Damascus, the injured in the alleged nerve gas attack started streaming in just after morning prayers. Many of the casualties, it is alleged, were women and children who arrived convulsing with symptoms including foaming at the nose and mouth, dilated pupils and erratic heartbeats. The doctors say these are the typical symptoms of a nerve gas victim. The state-run Sana news agency said the Syrian government denied using chemical weapons. The attacks took place in rebel strongholds close to Damascus, which the regime has for more than a year been desperately trying to take back. They don't want the rebels pushing into the capital. If it is true that nerve agents have been used, it comes at a time when a UN group is in the country to determine if either side in the conflict has used chemical weapons. However, the scope of the probe is being seen as limited, as the inspectors are only permitted to assess 3 areas approved by the Assad regime. At least 5,100 alone arrived yesterday. Walking long distances in spiralling desert temperatures, these refugees arrived exhausted and dehydrated. A representative from the International Organization for Migration told reporters in Geneva the Syrian Kurds feared attacks by various armed rebel groups, including Al-Qaeda-linked Jabhat al-Nusra. More than 1.9 million Syrians have fled to neighbouring countries or North Africa since March 2011. The violence that is causing this human exodus is showing no signs of abating. Alexander Holmes reporting for the News First International Desk.
We now have Alexander Holmes from the News First International Desk to tell us more about the crisis in Syria. Alex, how serious are these conflicts between the Syrian Kurdish community and the rebel jihadi groups?
Well, the violence is definitely set to increase. You have the Kurdish community in Syria in the north and northeastern part of Syria. Now, they have sought to keep the fighting out of their area, so far avoiding conflict with both the opposition and the regime. So far, now this is unavoidable. You have the rise of jihadi groups in the area, such as the Al-Nusra Front. They operate just below in the east, and they are trying to assert mini Islamic states in the east and northeastern parts of Syria. So they are pushing further into Kurdish regions, and they are therefore the fighting is certainly escalating. Just recently, last month, hundreds were killed in a town, 2 towns actually, southeast of Aleppo, and so this is definitely bringing another layer to the conflict, almost like a civil war within a civil war.
Right. Now, how does the Al-Nusra Front differ from other rebel jihadi groups operating in Syria?
Well, the Al-Nusra Front, they are the principal rebel jihadi group operating in Syria. They are Al-Qaeda affiliated, like the other groups, but where they have their stronghold in the east, they have vast reserves of silos of wheat, factories, oil and gas fields, so they're able to provide to the towns they've captured, bread for the population, healthcare, free electricity and water even, and a judiciary system with new judges, all under Sharia law, of course. But this Al-Nusra Front are extremely organised, very disciplined and very ruthless.